Hello. Happy February. This is the month of, yes, Valentine's Day, which can be super difficult if you're newly single, going through a divorce, or even in a challenging relationship that you've just started. So, I wanted to take some time and just chat with you about where you might be, how you might be feeling, and things you can kind of do to get through this month of love, which can be hard. I mean, I really felt compelled to talk to you one on one about what the expectations are for this month. And Valentine's Day is such a hallmark holiday. But I know that no matter how much you can tell yourself that, it's still, especially if you're single or you've just gotten through a divorce or separated even, it can be really triggering. And I've been there, so I know. And, you see cards everywhere and commercials and, coworkers or friends are getting flowers and gifts and little teddy bears. And you're sitting there in your feelings, wondering, like, A, will I ever find somebody again? B, well, what about those old Valentine's days? Like, they were pretty nice, and did I make the right decision? Yes, you did. But in all honesty, it's definitely a holiday that is going to probably make you pause no matter how much you don't want it to. So I want to talk about some ways that you could prepare yourself for this holiday and get through it so that you can manage it in such a way that you don't let yourself get too triggered and still keep yourself out of the depths of despair thinking about all the love that's out there. And first of all, like, I've talked about this recently in some podcasts about how things on the outside aren't always what they appear, meaning like what you're seeing from other couples or what you think you see in other relationships isn't always the reality of what's going on. And everybody has their challenges. Everybody. No relationships are perfect. No person is perfect. And I think that's the problem is when we get divorced or even separated and we think that we're going to find that perfect person or that perfect relationship. Like, that person wasn't perfect, our relationship wasn't perfect, but I'm going to find the perfect one for me. Okay, so let's address that. First of all, the perfect person for you is still not going to be perfect. They're going to be flawed, and they're going to have their days. You're going to have your days, and you're going to have your days together where things just don't go right. Believe me. This happens. And just because someone is married and you're not, doesn't mean that just because they're married and you're not, that they're happier than you. And they're going to have a perfect Valentine's Day. And they're going to be showered with love and gifts. That's not always the case. And I just want you to keep your expectations realistic. Think about maybe, like, I was talking about this around the holidays about certain people or times of year triggering these negative or feelings of despair, perhaps sadness. And first, I recommend just revisiting in your mind, whether you have to write them down or not, revisiting, why didn't your relationship work out? Okay, like let's not put little hearts on the relationship and oh, it was so great. What did I do? No, it wasn't. So, what were those things that drove you crazy? What were those things that ended up causing you to not work out? Because those might be important to remember right now when you see hearts and flowers everywhere. What are you doing for yourself right now? Are you taking care of yourself? I think the good thing about, because it's still relatively, like we're just into the second month of the year, what are you doing to take care of yourself? And make sure you keep doing that. Did you start like a new exercise routine? Did you start some new skincare? Did you like, okay, I'm going to learn how to cook this year? Even if it's throwing stuff in the crock pot, like maybe you're doing really well with that. And keep doing that. Like write down ways you can just keep taking care of yourself this time of year, and especially around Valentine's Day. So that's definitely something to do. And you know what? Make Valentine's Day special for you. Okay, this is what I like to think about for my birthday, and my birthday is coming up. So maybe treat Valentine's Day kind of like a birthday for you. Like, this is my special day. Or if you don't want to do it on the 14th, do it like on Galentine's Day, the 13th. So a couple of ideas. So Galentine's Day was created for single gals. And it's to get together with your single friends and just take your mind off of, I don't have a guy, which, you know what, that can be a blessing. That could be the most fun time in your life. So enjoy it. Don't make it a negative. Get together with your girlfriends, plan a dinner, someone's house, go out to eat, get some drinks, or, you know, just have a movie night, pajama night, sleepover, something like that. Go shopping. Okay, I'm not trying to encourage you to like rack up your credit cards, but maybe just go shopping and buy something practical that you really need anyway, but with girlfriends, it'll be more fun. Or maybe either that night or another night, make it, like I was talking about, a special night for you or a special day. Like, treat yourself. What can you do to make this a special day? So, maybe you decide to get a massage or a facial. Gosh, you know, years ago, this is totally off topic, but years ago, I used to go to an esthetician school, and unfortunately it closed down, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. It was right around COVID. And because it was a school and they were learning, you got things cheaper. And I used to get facials there, and they were so great. And I felt like $1 million. So now I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should go get a facial. But honestly, they are really great. And I've been wanting to try those hydrofacials. They look just like wonderful. I'm not one of those people that wants to go and torture myself, but I want to be relaxed. And those facials look very relaxing. Anyway, totally off topic, but a good idea. Maybe you get your nails done that day. Maybe it's just a spa day for you. Or if that's a little pricey, out of your price range, which I understand, you could treat yourself to a movie. Although, movies these days are out of control. Have you tried going to a movie lately? I looked at this. Like, I was thinking about going to see Red One with my husband a couple months ago, which, totally off topic again, fantastic movie. It's a little, obviously, it's a Christmas movie, but really good. Anywho, we were talking about going to see a movie, and I thought, oh, that's great. Movies these days are like $20 a ticket. And not to sound old, but I remember going to movies when they were like $5, $6 a person on the weekends at night. So if going to a movie is too pricey, maybe you rent one. You know, stream one on Netflix or Prime Video or something like that. Just, you know, hunker down at home, make some popcorn, Maybe order in, pick up something, and like Chinese or sushi or whatever sounds good to you. Cuddle up, throw on some sweatpants, sweatshirt, and get cozy. And just have a you night. Make it a tradition for yourself. So instead of having maybe one birthday a year, you have like a Valentine's birthday kind of thing where it's a day for you. I mean, how often do we actually treat ourselves? How often do we take the time to rest, relax, enjoy life? I mean, I know that I have made it a point to do that more. And my way of doing that, I do something similar like that every week on Sundays. That's my like no work day. And I don't think we all take enough time to take care of ourselves. So I want you to go into Valentine's Day with like a positive outlook and some ideas for how to spend the holiday, because I honestly think that it's overhyped, and just because you're single, just because you don't have someone right now, it shouldn't put pressure on you to feel bad about being single or not having somebody. But honestly, take the commercialism out of it, and instead of thinking I don't have a partner to love, put the love on yourself, because I know you have plenty of love to give. Like I said, get together with your girlfriends and make each other feel loved. And come out of this holiday, maybe it's a day where you just take good care of yourself and you think of like, oh, you know what, maybe the year hasn't started out as great as I thought. Maybe I'm not doing the workouts. Maybe I gave up on making my food. Maybe I've resorted to DoorDash once again. Maybe that day is like, okay, I'm going to love myself and get myself back on track, because it's still early in the year. You still have many months to go. And taking care of yourself should be something that's always good for you, and just the biggest way you can love yourself. So I hope you have a fantastic Valentine's Day. And I'll see you here next time on the X Life podcast, where we leave behind your ex life for your next life.